Other go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for listening and for joining in this sober broadcasting this afternoon. It's 2:01 p.m. from my location, and as you can see on the screen, for the good of the other party. Some of us, or most of us, are familiar with the unfortunate incident that took place in the United States among one of us, uh, Nigerians, both are Nigerians. The sad event of the 36 years old cardiologist who unfortunately took his life due to custody battle. That as well. I'm not privy to the document itself. So whatever I say here, it's my views and my opinion on the matter based on the write-up I came across on Sarah Reporter website, which I'm going to highlight on the screen. But you see, today, while in the shower, this came to mind. What you're saying on the screen that is being projected on the screen there, for the good of the other party. So I'm going to say something, and I hope you can say it or repeat it to yourself, or you can put yourself in that position or situation as well too. Today, the 3rd of February 2025, I walked out of a relationship, not for my own good, but for the good of the what? Of the other person. So, can you say that to yourself? That for the good of the other party, I am going to walk away from this relationship, the 3rd of February 2025. Not for your own good, even though at the end of the day, it may turn out or it will turn out for your own good. If the person cares or so much into you, they will reach out back to you. So, for the good or what of the other party. As the title says, everyone is a loser here. That is what the father-in-law of what of this late gentleman is. But it begs the question: how is everyone a loser here? So he's 36 years old, a cardiologist, a promising young man, a father, estranged or separated from his wife. And according to the report, they've been in a long divorce dispute. Now, that is why I said for the good of the other party. Separation and divorce do take its toll on us. But the focus will be on what? On who is seeking for it. Please, as they say, tender mercy with what? With judgment. Now, according to the report, which I will highlight for us, and I'm going to read out, I'm not sure if it's going to be that clearer on the screen. a Nigerian US based doctor, Erin, held my daughter, grandchildren, at gunpoint for 3 hours. That is the claim being made by what? By the father-in-law. For 3 hours before suicide after $15,000 child support ruling. Businessman Francis Van Leer claim. That is what is claimed. Now, according to the report, Sahara reporters report that the US-based businessman, and is also popular on Facebook, known aka as Poi Master, has spoken out about the death of his son-in-law, Dr. Ekena Irin, a cardiologist who reportedly committed suicide after losing a child support case to his ex, Suzette Chibogo Van Leer. So you can see the divorce has been on for quite some time now. How long it is, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not privy to what? To the document. Sahara reporters reported that a report took his own life on January 26, 3 days back, after a U.S. court ultimately ruled in favor of his ex-wife, ordering Erin to pay $15,000 in a monthly child support. The US-based doctor, originally from Anambra State, had been embroiled in a lengthy divorce custody battle with what? With Suzette. So I'm going to skip to the part where he said, while there was a custody battle my daughter Suzette is involved in, and I only became aware last Monday morning about 3 a.m. time that the deceased Dr. Ekena Erile held her and her children at gunpoint for 3 hours after losing a custody battle. The nanny managed to escape and call the police, and on arrival of the police, he shot himself. That will be verified in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. I guess this is where it becomes interesting to me. I guess he decided to kill himself instead of facing 3 counts of kidnapping with a deadly weapon, 25 years to life each. While I sympathize with his family for his death, my daughter is not responsible for him taking his own life. And I thank God it did not degenerate to where he shoots my daughter, grandchildren, and what? And himself. May so rest in peace. Everyone is a loser here, and it is traumatizing for all, including me. No winners here. He had it. You see, that's why I said put it there on the screen here for the good of what? Of others. I can't sit in a position to judge anyone. God forbid I do such. I'm only going by what I just read now and what I just read out to you. That when issues are going on in life, these issues oftentimes causes one to be what? Affect one's mental and psychological aspect of life. And I speak from also experience. Like I said, if you can say the same thing I said or do the same thing I did by saying today, I walked out of a relationship for the good of the other party. Not for my own good, for the good of the what? Of the other party. Because during custody battle, you will know because this is a person you've been with over time before you got married and after you got married. You'll be able to tell their state of mind in situations that both of you have experienced together. Then you'll be able to make that determination as to the impact this situation is having on that person and to take a step back from it. Because why? That impact at that moment, you don't know what the person is thinking. Is it about the money? I doubt it if it's about the money. My own opinion may not be about the money because he doesn't come across as one who is what? we're still responsible because, like we read, it's a custody battle that have been going on for long. So, what will it take me to walk away from this situation where I know it's having a negative impact on the other party? It's a sacrifice that I have to make for the good of the other party. And I believe that when the other party sees that intent or that goodness or kindness shown, they themselves will respond, except they don't have conscience of their colors, they will respond back in kind towards you. Because I don't think personally, why there are some men who are apologies irresponsible, don't want to be responsible for their children. From my own experience, majority of Nigerian men, African men wants to or are responsible for their children, wants to cater for them regardless of the circumstances or situation between them and the children's mother. Again, I speak from experience. So when we're taking certain actions and we don't think outside the box and we only focus on ourselves, at a point in my own life also, I have been selfish. At a point in each and every one of our life, we've been selfish towards the other parties. So it's time for us to walk away from that situation that may, at the end of the day, turn fatal. Even if it doesn't turn fatal, having this mental, psychological effect on the other party. Everyone is not a loser here, sir, respectfully. In my own opinion, the family of the boy are what are the most losers here. Those are the people that are lost here, not you. The children are also being made what? Are being made fatherless in this regard. And as such, what happened to them? They've been made fatherless at this point. What happened to them? The woman, the lady in question, long before now, she has moved on, probably with somebody else. So she's not a loser here. Only the children and the family of the boy are losers. The boy is gone. Once you're dead, you can come back. In where I come from, they said, "Now who died, now you lose." But that is beside the point. The point is, in a bitter relationship, sometimes it's often good to walk away for the good of the other party. For what? For the good of the other party. And like I said, I decided to walk away in fairness to the other party, in fairness to all concerned. I chose to walk away from everybody without exception. Because at the end of the day, it is also for my what? For my own good to live a truthful life. My condolences goes to all concerned, to the boy's family, to the girl's family. My condolences. But when we find ourselves in a strange land where the laws allow certain things, where we come from, we don't have that rule of law. Our humanity should not be buried. Our humanity matters a lot because at the end of the day, money is a tool. Money can't replace the life of the young man. The money can bring the life back again. The children, the $15,000 a month that is being awarded is gone. You can't go and arrest the dead and tell the dead to come and pay $15,000 a month. It's gone. These are the things we must put into equation. And for us men, sometimes I know how we work hard for our money, and parting away with such amount of money can have its toll on us. I know $15,000 is not. It doesn't matter how much he is earning. $15,000 is no small money to just call out and expect that it will sit well with the other part, with the man. No, it may not sit well with the man. But listen, as a man, sometimes it's often good to walk away. I can share some personal experience here that are more sensitive in protecting the other party involved in it. But sometimes, trust me, when you choose to walk away, the other party will come to the table to say, you know what, that's it. I can't allow this to happen to you. The other party will become, and even if the other party fail to be reasonable, I should be the bigger person at the end of the day to walk away because if it's not by force, it's not by force to be together. It's not by force to want to make this thing happen. Just let it go. Very difficult to let things go. So a particular, I mean, it's very hard, but walk away from it. So if you are in a custody battle right now, if you are in a custody battle right now, and you're listening to me, no matter how bitter and how bad it is, always think this. My action, is it for the good of the other party? Or it will make that other party be bitter towards me for the rest of their life. There's enough worries and problem in this life, and that for us to now get ourselves involved and embroider ourselves in it. It's enough problem in this life. If I don't want you today, somebody else will want you tomorrow. If you don't want me today, somebody else will want you tomorrow. If you have the money, let her have it. Don't lose your life because of that. It doesn't worth it. Yes, these things have issues, mental issues. And like I said, I come from a place of experience and knowledge. And not getting to this place is not joke, it's not bread and breakfast. Because after working so much, after putting so much energy, any money, and for you to not part away with it or expected that you should part away with it. Your own children, the woman who gave birth. Let me give you one experience of mine. I mean, during my uh, trying to settle down here, renewing of paper, and we went to the immigration center, and the officer then asked me, "Can you give evidence of that you've been supporting your children over the years?" And I asked him, "What do you mean by evidence? A receipt, evidence of money transfer, this and that, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "I'm sorry. I don't keep records of money I spent for my children. I wasn't brought up in that way. I can't forget that." So that was in 2028, if I'm correct, 2027. I said, "I don't keep receipts spent on my children. I wasn't brought up in that way to keep receipt I spent on my children. So if you don't want to renew my paper for me, that's your problem, not my problem. But there is a mother of the children. You can go ask her if I don't take care of my kids." And what he said, "Well, it's just for my own good. He's just advising me because he has seen many women come into this office claiming that the man did not support, whereas the man was supporting because things were not recorded." I said, "Well, good luck to the man and those men and the women, but not me. I will never keep a record of money I spent on my children. It's up to the other party if they want to acknowledge it or testify like that before the court, not me. So walk away for the good of the other party. Don't find yourself in that position where you have to make a choice of life and death. No, it doesn't worth it. This is not judging anyone or condemning it. What has happened, God will grant them the grace to bear it. But for the fact that a life has been lost, again, how do we prevent such things? In my own considered opinion, I think I think it is for the good of the other party to walk away. Give them everything. Let her have it. Let him have it. It's often let her have it. If she wants to take everything away from you, easier said than done. Let her have it. Consider your own mental health at this point. And for the ladies, for the women who often institute these divorce cases, wanting to take everything from the man. What do you gain? What do you benefit? How does it make you feel? Let's even argue that the man is an irresponsible man. Am I making excuses for such people? The answer is no. I can never make excuse for a responsible man because if you bring a child into the world, it is expected that you take care of the child, you provide for the child. But even if that is who he is, walk away. For it, let it be on his conscience. The kids will grow up one day. He has to explain to them why he chose not to be there for them and support them. Please, I'm begging you, my sisters, in diaspora in particular, for the good of the father of your kids, please take it easy on them. Those kids are fatherless now. I would argue that the gentleman is a responsible gentleman. That would be my own argument. I may be wrong on my opinion. It was just too much for him to bear over the years. And we parents, we also play an important role in the kind of advice, guidance we give our children that are involved in this custody and brought in this custody battle. What sort of advice do we give to them? Do we push them on to say, go for it, go for everything he has, go get everything he has? Or we tell them, son, daughter, let it go. For the good of the other party, for the good of your children, for the good, let it go. Give it to her, give it to him. Let it go. It's unfortunate. 36 years old, cardiologist, have a promising life ahead of him. It's gone. Somebody else will take his place if already has not taken his place in the hospital or where he works. The children will be without father for the rest of their life. How would you explain to those children? That's the question you should be asking yourself. That's the question we should be asking ourselves. How do you now explain to the children in this particular matter? I was in a custody battle with your father. I want him to pay this amount of money. He couldn't pay all this and that. And what? He killed himself or whatever it is. There's one question they will definitely ask you. Why don't you just leave him alone if you can't pay it? They'll turn around to blame you. I'm watching a program, The New Amsterdam. The girl grew up, Dr. Sharp grew up with this idea or with this belief given to her by her mother that her father left them. So she grew up with a bitterness towards her father. Even on his dying bed, when he called her, she ignored his call until subsequently she found out that indeed it was not the case that the man don't want to be in her life or in his children's life, but it's the case of the mother not allowing him to be part of his children's life. It's sad. These things happen. I can go on and on with experience from experience and knowledge. But at the end of the day, if we can only do one thing, which is for the good of the other. But like I said to you, emphatically, I walked away from a relationship because it's for the good of the other party. The other party has played their fair game. I've been fair in the game. I have not been fair, but it's for the good of the person to say, okay, you know what? Let me let you go. If you're for me, you will come for me. If you're not for me, so be it. It can't be about me. It can't be about you all the time. I have made it about me. You have made it about you. For once in your life, for once in my life, let's make it about the other person. Let's make it about the other person. Make it about the psychological effect of the other person. So, can you say that today, the 3rd of February 2025, the year of our Lord? I'm going to walk away from this for the good of the other person, for the good of the other person. And it's never too late to start again. It's never too late. Now, because they are Nigerians, so let's take them from America, take them away from America and place them in Nigeria, where situation where you can't even get custody, you can't go to court. Well, maybe it happens. Go to court and sue somebody. Will this situation happen? The answer is no. So, but if this is put into consideration, which I often do, put it into consideration for the good of this other person, then I walk away. I said it and I repeat again. Today is the 3rd of February. Put yourself in my shoe. Repeat. Say what if you can say it. I walked away from a relationship for the good of the other party. Come, say it. Do it. Because it can be about me all the time. It can be about you all the time. Because life lost, we can't get it back. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here to judge anyone. It's not my place. So fortunate incident could have been avoided. Give her all the money if you can. If it's the other way around, give him all the money. It's often the women that goes for it. And we, the man, if you can make this money again. If the money is not there, it's not there. They can't. I know men who have quit jobs here because this. I know colleagues before who have quitted their job because of these issues of custody, money. They quit the job. They left. Thank God they didn't kill themselves. So they walk away. So if I'm not there, you won't get the money. But things shouldn't get to that point. That's the point I'm trying to make. It shouldn't be about me all the time. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about the other party for the good of the other party. Because you've known this other party for years. You've been in a relationship. You know its weak point. You know its breaking point. You know its point of strength. So walk away from it. Give it to them for the good of the other party. And I keep saying these that if you do that, that other party will come on the table and say, thanks for being reasonable. Let's deal with this thing in a reasonable way for the good of our children. The matter can be settled out of court. You don't have to be together. And I keep saying, we don't have to be together, but for the good. The party here will be the children, for the good of the children. What do we do? Because at the end of the day, it's not everybody that will be a loser. The girl is not a loser because why? She's moved on with her life. Just my argument. They are not together. It's a custody. They've been divorced for years, according to the report I just read out to you on Sarah Reporters. So she's not the loser here. The kids are the loser. They've lost a father. The boy is gone. The boy's family are equally a loser as well. They've lost a son. Imagine how many people depends on him in his family. How many people he support in his family. Even if there is none, he's still sound. An unfortunate thing that will make a man to take his life. And it's time for us. Everything doesn't have to end up in court. Everything shouldn't end up in court. It's just money. It's a tool. My heart bleeds. For like I said, I speak from a position of experience and knowledge. Mental health, what it does. If you've not been there, you're not gonna understand it. If you've not meet people who go through it or be part of their life, you're not gonna understand it. But it's real. And most Nigerian men are going through this mental health challenge. And because of this stigma or stigmatization, whatever it is, the stigma, we don't want to come out to say, this is what I'm going through. You have to open up. Let people laugh you. Let them make mockery of you. As long as you get better at the end of the day. And don't come to that point where you will end up have to take your life. You lose for the good of the other party. Walk away from that situation. And I hope most of you that will come to read, listen to this message. Like I said, it will be a different date and a different time for you. But today is the 3rd of February for me when I walked away for the good of the other party. And to you who are listening today and you want to walk away from it, it's for the good of the other party. It can't be just me, or you. Enough of me. Enough. At this age, it has to be enough. So if you end up living alone, so be it. But I can assure you, if you do it for the good of the other party, you will definitely not live alone or end up alone. So, as I bring this broadcast to an end, it's an appeal to my fellow Nigerian sisters in the diaspora. Please take it easy on us. And to my brothers, whatever she wants from you, give her and let her go. You walk away from it. Give it to her. Thank you and have a lovely day.